Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Raghu here. In this class, we do some practice examples on alligation or mixture. In our last class, we clearly discussed the concept of alligation and mixture. Please watch that class and come back here. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Coming to today's class, the first example. In what ratio must water be mixed with milk? So, in what ratio? That is what the rule of alligation says. So at what ratio we need to mix two ingredients to get a mixture of desired cost. So we go with alligation here. In what ratio must water be mixed with milk to gain 20%? See, understand it properly. 20% by selling the mixture at cost price. Here we need to get a profit of 20%. That mixture, that mixture should be you have to sell the mixture at cost price. So at what ratio you have to mix water with milk? See, the points you have to remember whenever we discussed in the ratios. If you are identifying ratios, whatever the cost price is, assume that you can assume the cost price is 100 rupees. You can assume the cost price is 200 rupees. Ratio will not get affected. So this point you have to get into your mind. That's why from this we are going to assume that let the cost price of milk is rupees 1 per liter. We need to sell this 1 liter milk is mixed with some water. That mixture has to be sold for the cost price, means selling price of mixture rupees 1 per liter. Even though you sell this mixture for 1 per liter, you are going to get a gain of 20%. Selling price is given. Again, from the profit and loss, we can identify the cost price. So if you sell this mixture for 1 per liter, this is the selling price. In this 1 rupee, we are going to get 20% profit. Now we need to identify the actual cost price of the mixture. Because in alligation, if you want to identify the ratios, cost price of the ingredient 1, cost price of the second ingredient, cost price of the mean price. Mixture price, we call it as mean price. So that's why. So whenever from the profit and loss, selling price of mixture is rupees 1 per liter, gain percent is given. Selling price is given, gain percentage is given. Cost price is given as 100 by 100 plus what is the gain percent? 20 multiplied by the selling price. You are going to get the cost price. Cost price is 5 by 6. So you are having both ingredients cost prices and mean price cost price. Mixture cost price. We call it as mean price. So from that, by the rule of alligation, see this diagram, cost price of water, cost price of milk. What is the cost price of water? 0. What is the cost price of milk? 1. What is the mean price of the mixture? 5 by 6. 1 minus 5 by 6, write it here, 1 minus 5 by 6, which is 1 by 6. 5 by 6 minus 0, which is 5 by 6. So this side 1 by 6 is to 5 by 6. 1 by 6 is to 5 by 6 means 1 is to 5. So 1 by 6 this side. So cost, so how many parts? If in 6 parts, 5 parts should be milk and 1 part should be water. This is what the water to milk ratio is, 1 is to 5. Ratio of water to milk is 1 is to 5. If you mix 1 part in 5 parts of the milk, you are going to get a profit of 20% if you sell that milk for cost price of the milk. If you sell that mixture for cost price of the milk. That is what the question says. Whenever you are reading the questions, you have to get these points. Whatever the basics we studied in our previous profit and loss ratios, percentages. If you get those points, solving them is very, very easy. That's why when we are explaining the questions, we keep on remembering those points for better understanding. Now coming to the next one. See, this is a bit complex to understand. How many kg of wheat consisting rupees 8 per kg? Here they are not asking the ratio at which. How many kg of wheat costing rupees 8 per kg? wheat is cost of 8 per kg, must be mixed with 36 kgs of rice costing 5.40 per kg. So in this 36 kg of rice, we need to mix some kgs of wheat. We need to identify kgs, how many kgs. So if you identify at what ratio if you want to mix, if you identify ratios, you can identify kgs. These points we already discussed in ratios. If you identify ratios, you can identify the total value. That is how many kgs. How we get that? Again, we will understand at the end of this example. So if you identify, means indirectly there, if you identify ratios, you can get the number of kgs. These points we clearly discussed in the ratios. 5:6, 5x:6x. That is the actual weight. That's the point. So that 20% gain may be obtained by selling the mixer at rupees 720 per kg. If you sell the mixer, you are going to mix these two ingredients. At what ratio you need to mix? That is what we have to identify. So that if you sell the mixer for rupees 7.20 rupees, you are going to get 20% gain. See, this is the selling price, but we need to identify the cost price. Don't forget that. Cost price of first ingredient, cost price of second ingredient, cost price of the mixer. But what's in the example it is saying that so that 20% gain may be obtained by selling the mixer at 720 per kg. If you sell that mixer for 720 per kg, you are going to get a profit of 20%. So we already know profit and loss. If selling price is given and gain percentage is given, you can identify the cost price. Selling price of 1 kg mixer is 720, gain is 20%. Cost price of 1 kg is see, in order to understand ratios, we have written here 2:5. This is the ratio of weights, but the actual weights are 2x:5x. This 5x is already given, rice 36 kgs. So these points, we just want to remember you the points so that you can remember the points better and solve the examples easily. Okay, cost price of 1 kg mixer is cost price is equal to 100 by 100 plus 20% gain, that is 120 multiplied by 7.6, that is cost price is equal to 6 rupees. In order to avoid the points decimal fractions, rupees are converted into paise. 8 rupees, first kind wheat is of 8 rupees, which is of type 8 rupees converted into paise, 800 paise. Second kind 5.40 rupees converted into paise, 540 paise. Mean price 600 paise. So at what ratio you need to mix to get a mean price of 6? 540 minus 600 minus 540, which is 60. And the second one is 800 minus 600, which is 200. So you have to mix with 60:200. 60:200. First one is first kind, means wheat. 60:200, which is 3:10. If you take 10 parts of rice, you have to mix 3 parts of wheat. Similarly, in the question they asked for 36 kg, 10 kgs of rice, 3 kgs of wheat. 36 kg of rice, how much wheat is needed? Means 9 point something, 10 point something you have to mix. For 10 kgs, mix 3 kgs. 30 kgs, 9 kgs. That's why if you know ratios, you can identify the total value. So 3:10, this ratio is equal to x:36. 36 kg. This is x. How many kgs? This. So that you are going to get 3:10. So this is ratios are equal, proportions. Product of extremes is equal to product of mean terms. 36 multiplied by 3 is equal to 10x. X is equal to 10.8 kg. 10.8 kg. So you know for 36 kgs you need to identify 10.8 kg. You need to mix 10.8 kg of wheat. So these are the basic things. Hope you understand these examples. In our next class we are going to some more complex examples. If you have any questions regarding the concept, please post your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.